Hello and welcome to On Air-Deraan. I'm Freddie.
And I'm Vojta. Hello there, everyone.
And, oh Christ, we're here talking about Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 2.
Alternatively, seasons don't exist. It's just Chapter 10 of the big story.
The big story, yes. The big issue. I mean, I was sold this television series by... I was going to say homeless man on the street, but I don't think that's them.
I don't think they're homeless. I think they're just a little bit hard up.
Possibly. And you know who else is a bit hard up at the start of this episode?
Well, not Mando, because he's doing fairly okay at the start.
I'd say Boba Fett, because he doesn't fucking appear. This episode is filled with lots of spoilers and is sponsored by our beverages.
Yeah, this is sponsored by my very strong coffee at 10 p.m. This is going to be a good one.
A good one indeed. For a good episode. I really enjoyed this. I know a lot of people didn't. It doesn't really relate to the main story. It's more of like a go-between. But I feel like similar to episode 2 of the first season, it was sort of like I don't want to say detour. Definitely not Star Detour. But
yeah, no Darth Vaders with heads bigger than the rest of their body in sight.
Thank God, that's for episode 3. Yeah, but I guess the overall thing of this episode is more of a layover for episode 3. Because it starts immediately after episode 1.
It starts...
Or chapter 9.
For all we know, it might start even before Boba Fett is looming over him. Just seconds, because those two may not even connect at all. Even though I'm pretty sure that happened at sunset.
It did happen at sunset.
And there was no sunset in sight.
Well, how long was he zooming? Because remember, he had to stay over at the Tuscan camp overnight on his way to Mos Pelgo in episode 1.
Never mind then. That means just a day later.
Yeah, I assume it was a day later, because when... spoilers, when he couldn't speed her back to Mos Eisley, he had to walk back, and it only took him a day. So,
do we know that?
Well, I mean, they didn't show it being nighttime until he got there.
True.
Basically, Mando is ambushed by some people at the very start, who I assume are bounty hunters still after Baby Yoda.
They could be that, but the vibe that I got from them they're just random bandits.
They do say get the child.
That is true. But
So it's either just random people, or there's still some people trying to collect Baby Yoda for bloody Moff Gideon.
That is true. We haven't really seen any rival bounty hunters since the fishing village, when one of them tried to snipe the baby.
No, I guess at the start of episode 7, chapter 7, you see Grief Karga and a couple of other bounty hunter guild members are... we're going to escort Mando to Navarro City and kill him.
Boy, am I going to be wrong a lot this episode.
I am your resident encyclopedia.
Yeah, you kind of are. Just for the record, Freddy is the only one of us that makes notes.
I made notes in my second viewing, not my first viewing. I'm not some kind of weirdo.
And also, Freddy is the only one of us who does second viewings. Not for the lack of me wanting to do them. I just have...
Yeah, I'd much rather do second viewings, like at the end of episode 3.
I do not remember V-Wings at all.
There's V-Wings at the end of episode 3. You know when, Darth Vader, Palpatine, and Tarkin are on the Venator, overlooking the Death Star being made?
I know that they were, but I had no idea that it's the Venator.
Yes, it was just the Venator, but it was painted grey instead of having the red stripes. And there were a couple of V-Wings flying by.
Oh, is Venator a class of a ship, not the name of a ship?
Yes, the Venator class.
Okay.
So, I can't remember... Yeah, you had Acclimators, which are the ones in Attack of the Clones. Mm-hmm. They're transport ships. And then you have Venators at the start of, Revenge of the Sith. They're the ones that, are in all through the Clone Wars. You know, the ones with the hangar that splits open at the top?
Oh, definitely, I know that.
The dual...
bridges?
Bridges, yeah. One's for Starfighter Command and the other's for the ship.
Jewel Bridges, the brother of Jeff Bridges.
Indeed. Jules Bridges.
Yeah, the famous writer behind nothing, because he doesn't exist.
Family Jewels.
My family jewels.
As the quote, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed. Yes. The fact that we both can make bloody reference to Scooby-Doo 2 is a bit worrying.
It's because Scrappy-Doo is staring right into my soul.
Yeah, for people who obviously can't see us, if you can see us, I'm reporting to the police, but there is a Scrappy-Doo head looking at us right now.
And he has a mullet on.
He does have a mullet.
That's his Halloween costume, and he refuses to take it off.
Yeah.
He has bit me when I tried to take it down.
Yeah, we had to move him from the table because he was staring at you too much in the mirror. But back to the Mandalorian. Mandalorian gets ambushed. He does some pretty cool fighty, and there is one of the bounty hunter guys or bandits or whatever is an alien from Force Awakens. He's from Jakku.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not that character. I mean, this is the same alien because he's wearing the same sort of metal helmet thing.
It's the same alien that we've seen on Jakku.
Yeah. So it's the one where cast your mind back to when when Rey.
I wish.
When Rey was scrubbing the junk parts and looking at the spaceship go up into the sky, and then this random alien goes like, and then walks off. Yeah, that really random part of the movie. Yeah, that alien is the same species as one of the bandits.
Those movies were so good. Though, to be fair, they just...
I cried when he went... Blah, blah, blah. He was just saying McClunky, but in his language.
Was he just telling her, prepare to die?
He was saying, prepare to Jedi.
Because you're gonna become one in like 12 hours.
It was like, what will you become?
A Jedi.
Yeah, we'll probably figure out the subtitle of this episode later. But so what Rogue One character would this episode be? I think that's something to keep in mind.
I'm actually pretty sure I've got my mind set on one.
Well, I haven't really thought of one at the moment, so I think maybe you'll have to keep that to yourself until it comes up, I guess.
Should we keep it until the end of the episode then?
I guess so, because everyone else knows but me. Because everyone can see it in the title.
Well, you can also veto that idea because it's probably stupid anyway.
Well, I think I'll probably find it funny.
I'm very, very surprised that you didn't veto the other two.
No, I love the other two. Saw Gerrera and Bodhi Rourke. They're perfect.
Bodhi Rourke was absolutely perfect. Saw Gerrera was maybe pushing it a little bit.
Yeah, because the only reason why is because we saw the Mandalorian. But back to the bandits. They all die.
They all die.
Apart from that alien, because he gets Baby Yoda and he holds him and he's got a friggin' knife to his throat. And Mando is like, he clearly is like dad mode activate. Mm-hmm. And he was like, don't hurt him. I'll give you anything. And then the guy is just like, give me a jetpack.
And Mando is like, this is a completely valid trade-off. There is nothing bad about this.
Nothing bad.
Nothing bad is ever going to happen to you, my dude. You just go off with your jetpack and have your own little adventures as the jetpacking dude from episode 7.
He runs off into the sunset.
And we never see him again.
Well,
until the post-credit scene when he saves Mando from the Imperials.
Exactly. But Baby Yoda runs up to Mando and he's like, and Mando picks him up and hugs him. And then as the guy's running off, he then presses a button on his wrist and the jetpack activates. And then he falls to his death. So, and Baby Yoda's watching it. And he's like following him falling to the ground and breaking every bone in his body.
He's like, Daddy, this is so nice. This is so much fun.
Baby Yoda's fucked up. By the end of this episode, I would say he's a bloody psychopath. He's a menace.
He is the Phantom Menace. He was alive during the Phantom Menace.
He was, yeah, that is true. Wait, he was born 10 years before Phantom Menace.
He's older than Anakin.
Maybe a bit. Maybe they're the same age.
I'm pretty sure they're not the same.
They might be the same age.
Anakin was 9.
Anakin was 8.
So he's older than Anakin.
But remember, this is set in 8 ADY.
They're not related.
No, they're not. I'm not saying Baby Yoda's Anakin's brother.
Not that way. I don't think that they have anything to do with each other.
Right, that would be interesting though, if they were born the same year.
I don't think that Baby Yoda is another one of Force babies.
Yeah, well, I mean, presumably not.
Unless all of Yoda's species are Force babies.
Where do babies... What if they're not a species? What if they just exist?
What if they're just like the manifestation of the Force?
That's a bit weird. I thought like you got the Bendu.
Well, we don't know what the Bendu is.
Where is the Bendu?
He's probably still on Atola or Atola. Atolon.
Fuck me, I'm a massive nerd. Oh my.
I mean, the only reason why I was able to say even Atola was because I looked up that planet earlier today. I say to make you look like even more of a nerd.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're the map man. You're going to know words.
There was a good map in this episode.
There was a very good map in this episode.
Which I was in the process of digitizing, and probably will be finished digitizing it by the time this episode comes out.
I'd be able to post it somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm putting it on my Instagram at least.
We're going to post it on our Facebook group.
Oh my.
That we are definitely going to have, because we already have it. I set up last night, except I didn't. I'm lying to you all.
Last night could be any night, because people could be watching this in the future. Maybe humanity's long dead by the time someone actually watches or listens to this.
Look, I don't want to, as we say, paint the devil on the wall. No, that's the exact opposite of what I mean. Never mind.
Not paint the devil on the
wall.
Don't paint a Deveronian on the wall.
I guess the opposite would be I want to paint a Deveronian on the wall. But I'm pretty sure at least one person is going to listen to us.
I'm
right?
Sure. Yeah.
We're not doing this for no reason, are we?
Well, Mando had to bloody walk all the whole way, so, I mean, the reasoning behind that, I guess, is that he needed to get there. That's the worst.
What are you talking about?
That's the worst segue I've ever done. Like, a reason?
Oh, right. We need to move on, much like he did, except on foot.
Yes, the whole way to Mos Eisley. And then he went into the I Clapped Cantina.
Oh, yeah, I remember that from the movie. To be fair, I did go all into fanboy mode in the very first shot of that scene.
Because in episode 5? Chapter 5 of...
No, in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Because the very first shot on the inside of the Mos Eisley Cantina is on the coffee maker that looks exactly like IG-88.
Yeah.
Or rather, IG-88 looks exactly like that coffee maker because
it's the same prop.
It's the exact same prop.
Yeah. It's Star Wars.
Star Wars is good, isn't it?
It's great.
There is nothing flawed about it at all. It has completely zero problems, and everything about it is perfect.
They do reuse a lot of things, like the women's razor for the Qui-Gon's communicator in episode 1.
Yeah, I mean, how else do you think he kept his beard so luscious and perfectly trimmed?
They used rented World War II weapons in A New Hope to create all the guns.
Like actual guns from World War II?
Yes, the actual decommissioned World War II guns, they rented them and then modified them.
Wouldn't it be cheaper to just get fake guns?
No, it actually wasn't cheaper. It was cheaper to rent World War II guns and then change them. And they, for the guns in The Mandalorian, they actually did the same sort of thing. Like they took some World War II weaponry and then they sort of like scanned it and then they modified it a little bit to make them into Star Wars blasters.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's the same sort of thing, back to the roots of Star Wars. And I think the guns in The Mandalorian are really cool.
To be honest, the guns are the thing that I paid the least attention to.
Yeah, well, I know in at least Force Awakens I can say, because I rewatched Force Awakens the other week, and the guns in that, they're really forgettable. I mean, no offense, but they're 100% forgettable for you.
Well, I remember Rey's gun.
Oh yeah, the one that goes oh oh oh, and it sounded really weird when I remember watching the movie for the first time. And when it made the sound, I was like, why is Rey making that noise? And then I realised it was the gun. I felt so stupid. But every time I watch it now, I still is it Rey?
I mean, I would not blame her for making pew-pew noises while making Star Wars.
It's like,
she would definitely not be the first person to do that.
The actress who plays Holdo from Jurassic Park, she went pew-pew when she shot her gun.
The actress who played Holdo, which is obviously named... I'm going to cut out some silence here while I Google
Maybe you should
her
be
name.
quiet if you're going to cut it out.
Maybe I am making a joke because I'm not actually going to cut anything out.
Whoa. Speaking of cut out.
Oh, her name is Emmeline.
Emmeline?
But spelled with an A.
Are you talking about Holdo's name or the actress's name?
Holdo's name.
Holdo's name's Emmeline. Is this bloody Game of Thrones?
Is it Alexander... Freaking... What's his name? Callus.
Yeah. His name is the Russian spelling of Alexander.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Look, you can't tell me.
The Russian spelling of Alexander is Aleks, not Alexs.
Yes, but maybe it's just the anglicised version of the Russian spelling.
No, it isn't. That would just be... That would be what I just said. Alexander, not Alexander. We're on this topic for way too long.
Yeah.
It's Laura Dern.
Laura Dern, that's it. Back to the cantina.
Why were we talking about Laura Dern again? Oh yeah, pew pew noises.
Yeah, pew pew.
And also, I'm pretty sure that Ewan McGregor made lightsaber noises when he was swinging his lightsaber
who wouldn't?
around.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
But there's that big ant alien called Mr. Mandible. No, Dr. Mandible. Dr. Mandible.
I'm fairly sure that was not his actual name. I'm pretty sure that's what the lady just called him.
Yeah, but the docking bay lady, she was playing sabacc against him, and she won that sabacc game with an idiot's array.
And I clapped.
Idiot's array!
Because
just to clarify, this is ironic.
This is very much ironic. We're doing a little homage to Red Letter Media.
Yeah.
Because they're a tiny channel that needs subscribers.
Tiny channel, yeah. Why don't our fan base...
Why doesn't literally everyone who listens to this go sub to both PewDiePie? Is the PewDiePie...
No, I don't want PewDiePie I don't want people to subscribe to him.
Look, he's... Almost the Indian super channel is almost caught up with him. That happened.
Wasn't that years ago?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was at least.
God, I kept seeing that on Reddit, and I just didn't care. Like, who cares? I unsubbed because I was automatically subbed. I think.
How are you automatically subbed to PewDiePie?
I might have subbed when I was like 11. Actually, I don't remember. I've never watched this stuff. But
I used to when he wasn't racist.
Oof. Back to racism. Dr. Mandible, racist term.
Very racist term.
And but Dr. Mandible knows somebody who knows somebody
who knows
about
somebody.
Mandalorians.
Allegedly.
But Mando had to pay 500 credits on his gamble, which then just went straight to the docking bay lady. So basically,
that's how you know that she's a cool person. She's like the biggest. She's like the Lando of the series.
The Lando with the even more 70s.
She's like the Landalorian Calrissian.
DeLorean. She's a DeLorean on the land.
Whoa. So just a DeLorean.
Yeah, and the person in the docking bay that came with the information was this frog lady. With a load of spawn, a load of eggs on her back, wasn't it? You're like silent as if I'm not right. I am. What?
No, you are right. I'm just not as lucid as I thought I would be.
Whoa, are you dreaming? But
don't give it up, Luke. Dreaming.
They were like cooking the crate dragon meat, and
the lady likes it medium rare.
She likes it medium rare. But she said that she's not a Rhodian, like implying that Rhodians eat really well done meat.
It's a little bit strange.
That was a little bit strange.
Do you have any idea if it's still canon that Rhodians smell horribly?
I mean, look, I'm not saying I'm not a Star Wars alienist, but do you think that the species with the weird snouts that live in the swamp smell weird?
No.
Exactly, because we're not racist.
Yeah. I mean, I've never smelled a Rhodian.
Never smelled a Rhodian, that's true.
But if I did, I'm pretty sure they smell just fine.
Just fine. Although, where on earth is that a Legends thing that you just said?
Must be. I read it in that monster manual that I had as a kid.
Ah, fair enough.
Which came out around the same time as episode 2. Because Gungans are in it as championed by, of course, the most well-known Goonga of all time, whose name I just blanked on.
What's
Jar Jar
next?
Binks.
Oh, Jar Jar Binks, yeah. Jar Jar Biss. Ah, yes. The planet where Palpatine was reborn.
That was Exegol, wasn't it?
Well, no, I mean in Legends.
Oh, is that where Dark Empire
Empire, yeah.
Was it just called Biss?
Biss. Byss.
I always found Abyss, but without the A.
There is already a planet called Abyss.
Is there?
Yeah, you know the one-eyed creatures in the cantina in episode 4?
No.
But there were these Cyclops guys and they were called Abyssians and they're from Abyss.
Like
Fucking hell. I'm sad, Jesus. Yeah, but...
Are they anything like the Cyclops guy from Chapter 9?
No, they're completely different, I think. I think they've only got 3 fingers, but I could be wrong.
Do they also have like a little horn?
No, that's the guy from...
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're very much ashamed of being a nerd. I'm very much ashamed of being stupid.
I'm not. But like, yeah, the frog alien comes in and she starts speaking her language. But what I found funny...
That's not what it sounds like.
It sort of is. What I found funny is that the subtitles refer to her as Frog Lady.
She is referred to as Frog Lady in the credits as well.
Yeah, and when she speaks, the subtitles just says, speaks frog. And it's like, what?
How racist can you be?
I know. It's like, yeah, so when the hanger lady speaks to the frog lady, it says both speak frog. So I just thought that was really funny. But the frog lady needed to go to the, Estuary Moon of Trask. I'm not remembering this, I did write this down, which is in the system of the gas giant of Kol Iban, which, as far as I know, are completely new planets, which is a bit interesting.
Unless that's just a misspelling of Korriban.
Korriban, oh my god. Korriban's not a gas giant, I'm pretty sure.
And also, Korriban doesn't exist anymore.
It's called
renamed to Morriban.
No, Korriban is its canonical old name.
Ah.
But it was renamed to Morriban.
Please remind me, that was the planet that Yoda went to talk to
Darth Bane. Yeah, and also those...
I am Star Wars Reckoning!
Yeah, that's exactly how he sounds. But bloody... I thought the Frog Lady was of a pre-existing species, because I felt like I recognised her species.
I think that if she did exist, she would not be just called a frog.
Yeah, I know, that's what I thought. But I looked it up, and, I couldn't find anything apart from like maybe she could be related to Zarians. Like I've never heard of Zarians before, but they're apparently toad aliens, which is somewhat similar. So maybe it's like a splinter species. I did find, like when I was searching for amphibious species, I did find an incredibly cursed looking one called the Lacertilo.
What are they all about?
Have a look at them.
I can't. We're recording.
You can Google it.
I don't. We've already done that bit with Laura Dern.
No, you need to see them. It's cursed.
Lacatilo. Lacatilo?
Yeah.
It just thinks that I'm saying a location. It's just showing me all the shooting locations in Tunisia.
No. Look on Wikipedia.
Was it? Are you sure it was Lacatilo?
Yeah. Lacer.
Oh, Lacuratilo.
Yeah.
That's Count Dooku. Oh, it thinks it's a laceration now. It's showing me all the it's showing me all the what do you call it when you chop a limb off? Dismemberments.
Go on Google.
This is Google.
No, not on images. Go on the Wikipedia page for it.
Clone Wars official trailer, timeline of galactic history, Star Destroyer. Okay, I'm going to Wikipedia. There's going to be so much cut out of this episode.
I can search it. I'll literally search it quicker.
I'll erase you. I mean, you will because I don't remember what it's called.
This.
I'm not looking. Oh, there was no A. So what's this incredibly cursed? Oh, this is not fun. I do not like this man.
That's sequel trilogy alien design for you.
Oh, he was in Rise of Skywalker. That explains a lot.
Yeah, look at him. Look at his jaw.
Where the hell was this guy even?
Apparently he's a rebel.
Huh.
Yeah, didn't know that.
He was somewhere around the base.
Yeah.
Dude, there was so much cursed stuff in Rise of Skywalker. Like that slug man who was on the poster for whatever reason.
What was his name? Bloody...
Max? He had a human name.
Yeah, no, it was like Clark.
Clark?
Yeah, Carl or something. Klieg
No,
is...
you're thinking of Klieg
Lars. Yeah. I can't remember. I'm glad I don't remember that bloody slug's name. It has no arms. How can it do maintenance?
With its tongue?
It's just...
I'm glad we never got to see
I'm glad yeah. And you thought it was a fake poster.
Because he looks just like one of those screaming plastic chicken toys.
The thing is that he was bigger on the leaked poster than Rose Tico.
This is so insulting.
I know.
This is worse than that her entry in the visual dictionary is smaller than Pippin's.
So in the Rise of Skywalker one?
Yeah.
That's so... Oh my god. That is awful.
Why did they have to do her so wrong?
I feel really bad for her.
At least it feels like Disney is like repaying it for her because they recast their latest film. What's it called? The Last Dragon.
Oh yeah.
It's not Zendaya in The Last Dragon. Is it Zaya?
Yeah, something.
Zaya in The Last Dragon. It was originally meant to be an American Filipino singer voicing the main character.
Yeah.
But then they recast her to be Kelly Marie Tran.
Kelly Marine Tran. Marine.
Kelly Marine Trench.
Ah yes. Admiral Trench. It makes sense now.
Well, it's kind of the other way because she was kind of caught in a web of a horrible mistreatment.
Yeah, speaking of horrible mistreatment, Baby Yoda was eyeing up those eggs.
Not just eyeing up, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm afraid Baby Yoda ate some frog eggs.
At the very least, Baby Yoda ate 4 potential babies.
Yeah. Well, probably more, actually. Probably more potential.
It's 4 confirmed eateries.
Yeah, it's not very cool. I would say it's certifiably unepic.
It's certifiably rotten.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say erotic
eggs.
then. I was like, no.
I'm not gonna get into that.
But the thing is that...
he says about Baby Yoda.
Oh, God. Well, the thing is that the frog lady insisted that they travel sublight. What?
We're 30 minutes in already.
Look, last episode we were 20 minutes in and I only did a minute, so I think this is an improvement.
I don't think... Should we just do Star Wars Minute from now on before Mandalorian?
God.
Also a small channel that needs our help.
Yeah, Star Wars Minute. That's what Star Wars Explained used to be called.
Oh, was it actually?
Yeah, fun fact.
So many channels that need our help.
Yes, indeed. But Frog Lady insisted that Mando travels sublight because otherwise he'll kill her eggs.
Yeah.
Little did she know she had Baby Yoda doing that for her. But sublight, so like, while that does sound very impractical, I don't want to say I clapped because it's from episode 5, but it is from episode 5.
To be honest, I completely forgot about that and I was very weirded out when they suggested that. Either the universe is much smaller than it should be, which apparently canonically it isn't.
No, it's the same size as the Milky Way. I think people can just travel faster than you think. And also, he did say it's going to be a long ride.
Well, it definitely was not years, which it would be, even if they were just 1 kilometer shy of speed of light.
Yeah, well, remember that they weren't going that far.
They were still going to a different system.
They were going, well, if you looked at the map, I believe they were actually passing through 2 other systems in order to get to the moon of Trask.
And they did not quite get all the way there.
No, I probably got to the first planet, I guess. Yeah. Maybe the second one. But they did go to sleep, that's the thing. Mando went to sleep, and they, because it was that long of a journey.
Which was actually really adorable.
Yeah, because he was like, it's nap time to Baby Yoda.
If you remember that little hatch that he shot Baby Yoda in season 1, that is actually his bed.
Yeah, and Baby Yoda's got a little hammock.
A little hammock above above Din.
Yeah, it's so cute.
It's so cute how that trained killer who kills without remorse sleeps with that baby.
The thing is that Mando's certainly becoming more human, more compassionate as this goes.
Well, more Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Unless they're human anyway, since it's a creed, not a race.
Yeah, well, in Legends, like anyone, like there were like Bothan Mandalorians. Bloody, the Mandalorians originally weren't even human. They were Taung.
Talon, like...
Taung. Taung.
Oh, I don't even know those.
They're the one of the original inhabitants of Coruscant, when it was called Norton.
Norton?
Yeah.
Like Edward Norton?
Possibly. It might be spelled slightly differently.
Like the antivirus software, Norton.
Yes. But because humans and Taung possibly originated on Coruscant, then known as Norton. And the humans beat the Taung, and the Taung then left Coruscant and then went to Mandalore.
Where did that even happen?
This happened thousands or possibly millions of years ago.
But like in what book? What was this?
Probably The Essential Guide to Warfare.
Okay.
Which is a reference book.
Mm-hmm.
As the name suggests. A gripping romance!
I mean, it could just be Art of War, but written by a binary Sun Tzu.
That's basically what...
no appreciation for that wonderful pun.
Yeah, I did think that was... My goodness, look at those binary suns.
Freddy actually clapped, but I had to take it out.
Wow!
And you cannot prove me wrong.
Yeah. But Mando is awoken from his slumber with Baby Yoda in the hammock above him by a beeping noise. And that beeping noise was because he was being hailed.
By the cops.
By the space cops.
Space cops!
Space cops.
Fuck yeah!
And his X-Wings is the New Republic. They're asking him about his transponder.
His transponder snail.
Yeah.
They made it canon. One Piece is in Star Wars now.
I don't even know.
Basically, in One Piece, their communication devices are snails.
Oh, I don't think they're snails. I'm pretty sure it's more tech.
Probably, but at least in my headcanon, it's just a tiny little snail that mimics your voice and also facial expressions.
I'm not sure if that's the case in this.
And some rudimentary pieces of clothing too, somehow. One Piece is great. It is the New Republic, which kind of confirmed my suspicion that Mandalorian would either have to work with or against the New Republic.
In some ways.
In some ways in this season, or at least fairly soon.
Yeah.
Because we have to, at some point, explore what the New Republic was doing.
Yeah, well, I guess this whole show has only been in the Outer Rim so far.
So far. Because all that we've seen from the New Republic is they have prisoner ships with a lot of droids on them.
Yes.
They kind of have been taking worse care of Tatooine than Empire was.
I sort of inferred that they just didn't claim it.
I mean, it's possible.
Or did they?
I don't think it's been confirmed. If anything, it probably happened in some book that I have not read yet.
But, well, as we know from the last episode, after the second Death Star blew up, Tatooine got absolutely fucked immediately.
Yeah, power vacuum just sucked everyone up.
Yeah, because Jabba's dead, so no Hutt cartel on Tatooine.
Yep, Empire's dead, so...
Empire's dead. So,
basically,
mining consortium just killed...
Was it consortium?
Oh, collective.
Conglomerate? Collective?
Mining collective. I called it Mining Corporation last episode.
You called it Mining Guild as well.
You called it the Mining Guild. I rewatched it.
I'm pretty sure I called it the Mining Craft.
Yes.
Steve's company.
Steve. I thought it was funny, like how the X-Wings, asking about the transponder. It was like a car, like asking about, like, are your tail lights broken? It was
100% as if he was being pulled over.
Yeah, it was quite funny. And then, like, Mando was like, when they was leaving, well, not leaving, he was like, may the Force be with you. And then the X-Wings say, and also with you, which I just found really funny.
I'm not sure. Was he like being ironic, or is that like an actual greeting? Because Mandalorian normally doesn't know shit about anything.
Yeah, that's true. But it seems that one thing that people don't acknowledge is that while the Jedi they're a religious monk organization, and the worship of the Force is widespread around the galaxy, the Rebel Alliance is clearly also heavily religious.
Must be, because...
They say it in episode 4.
Yeah, canonically, the very first person to say "May the Force be with you" was General Dodonna?
Dodonna, yeah. Like Jan Dodonna.
Jan Dodonna.
He's Czech. Jan.
Oh yeah, he probably is. If you don't know who the hell we're talking about, it's the guy who presents the plan how to blow up the Death Star.
Yeah.
With the Pokeball Death Star. With the big disc on the...
In the centre.
In the centre.
Yeah, because I find that interesting how they kept the plans like that in Rogue One as well.
Huh.
Because I assume that that's just like what the original plans had it as.
Maybe. I mean, where the disc is probably not that
Yeah,
important.
I think it was, just how they made it.
Galen Erso's little Stardust just liked Pokemon so much.
Indeed. But, like, the Rebel Alliance definitely has religion and the Force central to it. So maybe Mando knows enough to know that all of these people do believe in the Force.
Could be a Temple of the Wills thing.
Could be. I mean, as I said, like
Church of the Force thing.
Yeah, but we don't know what May the Force be with you is used by the Jedi, and it's used by the Rebel Alliance, and the Rebel Alliance sort of generally knows the Jedi weren't bad. Like, as Imperial propaganda spread around the galaxy, the Jedi were evil and they try to overthrow the Republic. But it seems that the Rebels know that the Jedi weren't.
But from their perspective, the Sith are evil.
Yes!
And they were right.
They were right. Guess. And then the credits rolled. Based on characters by George Lucas.
What was I going to say?
Some words about Star Wars.
Actually, I was probably going to talk about the Blues Brothers.
No, we're not going about the Blues Brothers yet. But speaking about Blues Brothers, there's 2 of them, and there's 2 X-Wings. And the other guy is named Carson, and the other one is Trapper Wolf, otherwise played by Dave Filoni.
Trapper Wolf?
His name's Trapper Wolf.
Was that his name in the episode the last time as well?
Yeah, in episode 6, or chapter 6, yeah. He was Trapper Wolf.
Revenge of the...
Yeah.
What's his freaking name? The Ginger Man.
The Ginger Man? What? Me?
No, not you. The bald Ginger Man.
But how can you... What?
He has a ginger beard, you can tell. The guy with the 3 guns.
Oh! Yeah, Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
No, but Bill Burr's still... He's just incarcerated.
Yeah, he's not dead, I'm pretty sure.
No, he's actually going to reappear in this season.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, Bill Burr. But
Bill Burr
as it turned out, Trapper Wolf, Dave Filoni, sort of recognises, or not, he doesn't recognise, but he finds out that Mando did the whole heist mission, escape, he realised, chapter 6 happened. This guy was in chapter 6.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
This guy has a bit of a blot on his criminal record.
Yeah.
We better take him to good old Space Hague.
Yeah, Space Hague, which clearly does exist if bloody Moff Gideon wasn't executed there.
Yeah.
But what was it like? They find out that Mando was there by asking for him to send them a ping, which I don't know what a ping is. I think this is the first time we've heard about it.
P-I-N-G, it's probably just like showing his ID.
I think it could be like a space manifest, like what's going on with the ship, and like where it was in the recent past.
Oh, is that something that exists in real life?
Yeah, like you have a ship's manifest that has everything that's on the ship. And then you also have like the ship's log. It's like a ship's log. I meant log rather than manifest, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. It probably does have something to do with the ship, because they asked him that every ship is meant to have a beacon?
Yeah, the transponder.
Transponder. They did say beacon, I'm pretty sure.
No, they said transponder.
I'm pretty sure they've said the word
They
beacon.
might have said it as well, but they was talking about the transponder. That's why. And that's why they asked him to get it fixed. Otherwise, and he needed to send the ping. Otherwise, they were going to have to escort him to their outpost on this planet called Adelphi, which never heard of. I think it's another new planet. I think it's good that there's just throwaway lines, about planets and stuff. It makes the galaxy seem bigger.
And I did like that there are just patrols of X-Wings going around, because we actually get to see New Republic do literally anything.
Yeah, like they're actually doing their job. They were patrolling the rim, as they said.
Let's not forget that until now, all that we've seen of the New Republic is planets blowing up and the prison, and that's it.
That's it, yeah.
Not counting books, but who is really counting books?
Yeah.
Except last episode, I guess.
With Cobb Vanth.
But that was kind of the outlier. For now, hopefully.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see more book characters. Maybe we'll see Jar Jar Binks on the streets of Coruscant being a beggar.
Maybe we will see that guy who is a big fan of the history and the aesthetics of the Empire.
What?
I'm doing giant air quotes. There was a character in the book Bloodline, or Bloodlines.
Oh, yeah.
Who was kind of the spoilers character. He had like stormtrooper helmets in his office.
That's a big red flag. Imagine having a fucking SS helmet. Like a German Wehrmacht helmet with a SS symbol on the side of it, and having that in your bloody office. That's going to raise a few eyebrows.
Yeah. It's worse than in one Legend comic which I read, which was about the wedding of Luke Skywalker and Mara Jade. I don't know why it exists. Where one of the potential wedding dresses was in the Neo-Empire style, and it was just a dress that looked exactly like Darth Vader.
I hate that. But not as memorable as Snap Wexley's wedding when everyone was farting.
You might need to elaborate on this.
There was a book that detailed Snap Wexley's wedding in between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, when Snap Wexley dies.
And his uncle, who's his basically adoptive dad, just doesn't give a shit.
No, it's his wife's... It's his...
Father-in-law.
Father-in-law, yeah. Wedge Antilles is his father-in-law. And he arrives moments before Snap Wexley dies.
And then he's like, fancy flying, Lando. And no one else. I totally don't care that my son basically died right now.
Yeah, they die now, but
to be fair, he may not have known, because I doubt that there was like a big connection between all of them.
That's
but
true.
Still, why did they have to put it in the film literally after Snap Wexley dying?
I know, it's because, spoiler, J.J. Abrams doesn't give a shit. He didn't read any of it.
Nope.
But at Snap Wexley's wedding, they all ate this fruit that made them fart a lot. And they were, I think there was like jovial farting. Snap Wexley was, during the vows, it was like lots and lots of farting. And everyone was laughing and farting the whole time. I'm not making that up.
I'm imagining this what my wedding is gonna be like.
Oh, God.
What book was that? I need to read
it was a kid's book.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's still a bit weird. I think it was like some fruit that Poe gave them. But after being like interrogated, to move it back to Mando instead of Snap Wexley's farty wedding, after being asked about the prison at chapter 5, chapter 6 by the X-Wings, Mando just fucks off.
Yeah, he just speeds away like O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Except this guy actually was also guilty.
Yeah, I was about to say, hang on a sec. I thought you were going to say, but this, because Mando was driving, O.J. Simpson wasn't driving the car.
He was not.
No, it was someone else. He was in the back threatening to kill himself. Yeah, it's complicated.
So he's speeding away from the cops like O.J. Simpson, a fellow actual... felon.
He goes through the clouds of this random planet. They were really close to a planet somehow.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was the weirdest part. I mean, they were travelling sub-light and they just so happened to be right next to a planet.
That might actually be the reason why the X-Wings were there.
That's
that they
true.
weren't just randomly somewhere in space.
Maybe that planet is Adelphi, and the New Republic outpost is on that planet.
It could be. That will also explain why they stuck around on that planet and didn't just immediately
They
leave.
actually do say, so they were going to stick around. You can hear them say, let's stick around, basically. But they, go through all the clouds, and, what was it? The Razor Crest sounds like bloody Messerschmitt going down, plane.
Mando did a really sick maneuver right there, where he basically hid behind a cloud, and I'm not sure if he pointed the engines up or he just turned them off, but just after he vanished from their side, he just freaking dropped.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
It was a really cool maneuver, but in the very next shots, the X-Wings were right on his tail again.
So they could just go back round.
Well,
they have scanners.
They do?
Yeah.
If they have scanners, what was the point of going behind a cloud if they can see him anyway?
I don't know. It depends if they're flying, if they're looking at their scanners, or if they're looking at him. If they're looking at him and he disappears, then they'll have to look at their scanners, and that's why they found him again.
They're all not using their scanners like Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
if one of them could have had the Force, maybe they all do.
Whoa.
Maybe Luke Skywalker
Dave Filoni
is doing
Jedi
meditation for everyone.
Dave Filoni's character is actually one of the Knights of Ren.
Yeah, he's the guy with the big axe.
I was just thinking of the guy with the big axe. Literally the only weapon I remember.
I mean, don't they all have big axes in Rise of Skywalker?
One has a cloud sword, from Final Fantasy.
Oh, a Buster Sword.
Yeah. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Huh. Today I learned it's got a name. I've never played those, but it's they do say so Mando lands in this random cave, and then the X-Wings say, I'll go north, you circle round, we'll keep looking for him. And so Mando's just like, oh, I'm safe. And the frog lady's freaking out because of her eggs.
Yeah, they only slightly crash landed. Only a little bit.
Only a little bit, and then they proceed to fall through the ice.
Yeah, completely, basically totaling the spaceship.
Yeah, it's not flyable. They
don't fly now.
They don't fly now.
They don't fly now.
I think it's tragic that I was going to make the same joke.
It's the only joke we've ever made.
Yeah, the only joke in existence.
The only good joke in existence.
Yeah.
I've never not laughed at the they fly now joke.
Oh, God. But, yeah. They all get knocked out, don't they?
Yeah, it takes them a while to
wake up.
Yeah, that is...
It's a nice planet. It's not Renvar.
And it's not Ilum, and it's not Hoth. It is the ice planet that we've seen in the trailer. That's an important thing we need to mention.
Yeah.
We went on for so long what it could be, but no, it's just a random ice place.
It's a random ice planet, which, to be fair,
it still could be Adelphi.
I think we did say it's probably random out.
You did probably say that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you said that the only returning location will be Tatooine.
Yeah, that's what I think. No, Tatooine and Navarro, which is the volcano planet.
Well, returning from...
from
the other things.
The other things.
What
they shall not even be called films.
Movies. They're so still, I can't even... The direction in the prequels is so static that it's not worth calling it anything but a series of photographs played in fast succession. It's not even that fast. Bloody Hobbit movies, that's a fast succession.
30 frames a second.
Pretty sure it was like 48.
48! Oh my god!
They doubled it.
Oh, no wonder everything looks so light. I'm assuming Mando is probably 25.
Why would they increase it?
I mean increase it.
Usually it's 24.
Oh, it's 24, sorry.
Idiot.
Oh, damn. I'm an idiot. But
you're more like Man-Dumb, Lord.
Man-Dumb, yeah. Bloody...
Man
speaking
doofus.
of Man-Dumb Malorian, Mando was just gonna he was like the deals off frog lady. I can't do this anymore.
We just have to get out of here, and then was he just going to leave her there?
No, I assume he was going to
drop her off wherever.
He was gonna. Mando said to get some rest because they'll work on the ship the next day because they didn't know when night was going to be. Because it was going to get cold at night, And the frog lady was just like, what the fuck? Give me... Oh, look, Mando was a good guy because he protected... He went to find the eggs that Baby Yoda was fucking eating immediately. So Baby Yoda's fucking evil.
Yeah. He's an oviraptor.
Yeah.
He's gonna grow up to be a freaking dinosaur!
Oh my god, I'm imagining like Hulk, but with Baby Yoda's head.
I've seen a montage of the angly Hulk with Yoda's head before.
Oh my cursed image.
Indeed.
But
I was imagining more of a Yoshi.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, he'll just turn into he'll grow a tail. Does Yoda have a tail?
I think he does actually.
I don't want to see that.
He probably doesn't.
Yeah, they were eating like lunch, and
Yeah.
Baby Yoda had a little cute lunchbox.
Tiny lunchbox tray, a bento box.
Yeah.
Because Japan, Seven Samurai.
Indeedo.
Words.
Yes, 7 Mandalorians.
7 Jedi.
7 Jedi. Well, they had that in the Bounty Hunters episode in Clone Wars. On Flucia. They did Magnificent 7, 7 Samurai.
I'm completely blanking.
Yeah, there were Anakin, Ahsoka, and a lot of bounty hunters were protecting this random Flucian village.
From Acklay?
No, from space pirates.
What the hell did that happen?
In the Clone Wars.
But when in the Clone Wars?
I don't know, like when Ahsoka was in the first digital model. You know, the first Ahsoka costume.
Yeah, I remember that she grew up like 2 or 3 times a little bit.
Yeah. Well, 3 times for 3 years.
Whoa. Mind equals...
Blow.
2.
Oh. I thought you were going to say like R5.
Oh, yeah, I need to stop saying much like.
Much like what happens in The Mandalorian when the next
that's a segue.
Because the next thing that happens in The Mandalorian is also, coincidentally, the next thing that happens
related.
in The Mandalorian. Because Frog Lady rewires Rich Daiwade droid in order to speak, because she's speaking frog the whole time and Mando doesn't speak frog, and he actually says, I don't speak frog. So
frogs exist in Star Wars?
They do, yeah.
I mean, that's what Jabba eats, I guess.
He does. I looked it up, and on Wikipedia, that is literally just called... It's under frog. On Wikipedia, which is quite funny. But she's saying, like, you're meant to stick to your word, because that's what Mandalorians do. And then he's just like, okay, fine. So he just, like, gets up and starts fixing the Razor Crest, because it's pretty fucked.
Because this was a second time that Mando was kind of reminded of his heritage and and was challenged on it.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is going to be about identity and what it means to be a Mandalorian. Because like you got a man of honor, got to stick to your word. Mando gave Frog Lady his word that he will get her to that planet by the equinox. So this is what I've seen a lot of people criticize this episode by saying like, oh, it acts as though there's a big moral decision to be made for Mando, and like the big thing about him sticking to his word. But like the whole point is that there is actually like a time limit. He said that he'll get her to that planet by the equinox because it's the only time she can lay the eggs. So, the eggs can hatch rather. So that means like Mando needs to get his act together. He can't just wait around. He has to go fix the ship now, and that's what he does.
Yeah, there was some moral deciding to do, because he's always been a bit of a lone wolf, even though he's been working with people.
Yeah, he's sort of getting to be more compassionate, more understanding of different people.
Yeah, he might need to stop being the cold-hearted killer eventually.
I think he's sort of past that.
Is he, though?
Well, no, I think
remember the jetpack guy literally in this episode?
Yeah, that guy, he thought he was going to live.
He thought he was going to become the next Prune Face.
Oh my god, imagine if we see Prune Face.
I am hoping that we're going to see Prune Face. We've seen a Nikto, we've seen a Weak Way, why not a Prune Face?
So what if we see Prune Face?
The actual Prune Face.
What if we see, like, New Republic Special Intelligence?
And he's fixing their printer.
No, I mean it's led by Pruneface.
Oh,
and like Pruneface becomes like a Cobb Vanthus character.
What do you mean Cobb Vanthus character?
Like it's technically a returning character, but for all intents and purposes, it's a new character, which I think is the way to do references to expanded material.
Just do something different.
No, I mean like people were like, how could Thrawn return or the Chiss be in the sequel trilogy potentially, because there were those rumours that was going to happen, but like everything in every bloody Star Wars film didn't exist until that Star Wars film. You just, as if you're making something new, do that but with the pre-existing thing. Explain it as if it were new. I don't think it's that hard to like.
The Geonosis existing is a plot hole because it didn't exist in the film before then.
Yeah, literally, like there's new things every movie, every episode. I mean, like introducing a pre-existing character, as long as you're not hiding things from the audience that only people that read the other, like the random book or comic book. I don't know, like having Jackson as a background character. That's not going to be the worst. That's not going to be like a plot hole or like a game changing.
It's going to be a hole in my head after I watch that.
Yeah.
Jackson spelled with 2 X's.
2 X's. Exegol.
Is a human-sized bipedal green rabbit.
The way you describe it makes it sound ridiculous.
Yes.
Because it is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
And he's canon now.
He's canon now.
Yeah.
Apparently he was so horrible that they...
Well, they only used him in the Marvel comics originally.
Yeah, apparently even George Lucas was like, just write this out as soon as you possibly can. I hate this.
I won't be surprised because it's pretty cursed, but I mean, I don't mind the fact that things like that exist. The Star Wars galaxy is a big galaxy. If there's Pruneface, there can be Jackson.
If there's the frog-sized general in the Clone Wars, why not Jackson?
That's true. Yeah.
He's frog-sized, but he's not the frog.
No, he's not a frog, because Frog Lady is a frog.
I like that we know the name of every species except for Yoda and Frog.
Frog. Literally. Like, on Wikipedia it says unnamed frog species. Or something like that.
Sequel to Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah, true. Starring Frog Lady. Trying to hatch her eggs. And speaking of which, Baby Yoda comes out with the Razor Crest to Mando and is like...
It actually looked like he was trying to speak.
Yeah, and it almost sounded like he said Dada.
Oh yeah.
Almost.
I'm not sure if I remember him saying that or I just remember you saying that when we were watching.
Maybe, but...
Maybe that's what you're thinking.
No, when I rewatched it, it sounded a little bit like he said Dada. But the subtitle said, I think, incoherent gibberish. Which I thought was quite funny. But he was basically asking Mando to follow him. And so Mando did and found that bloody Frog Lady's gone.
She walked away. So Mando activated his detective sense.
Yeah.
His Witcher senses showed him that there are some still warm tracks in the snow.
And then he said out loud, wow, it's cold on this ice planet.
But thank God that my eagle vision can lead me to where she's going and I can find her before she freezes to death on this ice planet.
A storm's coming.
Winds howling.
But yeah, her footprints are really bloody warm.
Yeah, especially for a frog in the snow.
Yeah.
They were all the same warmth. None of them...
Yeah, that was... I don't know, but maybe it was like that recent. But turns out we saw some NSFW frog.
Yeah, there are going to be a lot of edits of that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Hot tub confirmed.
Yeah, the Frog Lady found a hot tub time machine somehow in the ice cave.
That's the plot of the Lego Life Day special.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that, maybe.
Yes. Maybe, we'll see. But
we have 23 minutes to finish.
Okay, then we're almost at the end, I guess.
Yeah.
But she's chilling in the hot tub, but surrounded by her eggs because they need warmth.
Yeah, the warmth, the temperature in the tank was dropping, which Mando didn't really care about. He was just like, we're gonna get out of here, and you
Right, he was
have
like,
to survive somehow.
it's dangerous.
Yeah.
It wasn't that the temperature in the tank was dropping. I think it was just the fact that... or was it? Oh, yeah, they did show it, didn't they?
Yeah, there was like a dial that turned from red to blue.
Yeah. That's true. Maybe she scooped some water in there.
See, that's something you didn't pick up on with your fancy notes, Mr. Fancy writing pants.
Oh, I hate writing.
Then maybe you shouldn't be in an essay subject, Mr. Brody Lee.
Bodie Roke. But the thing is that Mando's saying it's dangerous. And it was dangerous for the eggs because Baby Yoda was going to fucking eat them again.
But fortunately, Mando stopped him this time.
Yeah, it was
like the good dad.
No!
Which was very parenty of him.
Yeah, he's a Dadalorian.
One of these days he's going to sprout a mustache on top of his helmet.
He's already got mustache.
I'm pretty sure he was shaved.
Was he?
You're thinking of Pedro Pascal
in everything.
Not in everything. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a mustache in Wonder Woman 1984.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's in that.
He plays
the guy.
Cyrus Gold?
Huh.
No, that's not his name. Who's Cyrus Gold?
Somebody. Sounds like a comic booky name.
Yeah.
But so Mando told Baby Yoda to stop eating the egg.
Mm-hmm.
So Baby Yoda sulked.
And he went off a little bit to the side, but hey, there is something else that he could try eating.
So,
Buddy once
told me that there's some like weird bulbous shaped things that definitely don't look ominous.
They definitely did not look like the eggs that contain facehuggers.
From Prometheus.
I was going for Alien. But
or Alien.
Technically, there were no facehugger. Well, there was a thing that hugged a face in Prometheus, but it wasn't a facehugger.
Oh, well, I was thinking of Prometheus. But I think it was the thing, like, in Prometheus, the scientist puts his head over it, which is what Baby Yoda did. And I was like, no!
He not only did he put his head over it, he cracked it open and put what was in it, which had approximately 8 legs.
Yes.
And he just freaking ate it, and it was all gross and gooey.
Yeah, it was like weird green goo.
And at that point I was like, sure it would be a shame if the camera started panning out right now, and all the pods around Baby Yoda started shaking. Oh no, did I jinx it? I'm pretty sure I jinxed it.
And that's exactly what happened.
End of episode.
Yeah, well, not really.
Not quite.
Because big Spider Boys... And even bigger Spider Boys.
And then even bigger Spider Boys.
And then even bigger Spider Boys. Like the biggest.
The biggest, like, bull-sized Spider Boy.
Yeah.
If not even elephant-sized Spider Boy.
Yeah.
At that point, it's more like Spider Grandpa.
Yeah. It's, they were Krykna. They're the things from Rebels.
If you lean over my computer right now, you can see that I have the word Krykna pulled up right now.
Oh no, I beat you to it! Oh no! I'm sorry.
Not quite. I looked it up immediately after we stopped watching.
Ah.
That was the first thing I did, was Google Rebel Spiders.
Yeah.
They look a little bit different, but they are indeed the spiders that are hanging out at Atollan.
Atollan. They look... I think in this episode they look more like the Ralph McQuarrie concept art than they did in Rebels.
They are an interesting thing, actually, because we saw them, or at least I saw them first in Rebels.
Yeah.
But they, as Freddie mentioned, they've existed as Ralph McQuarrie concept art for a very long time.
Yeah, for episode 5.
For episode 5, Luke was going to fight one on Dagobah.
Yeah.
When they were still called white-knuckled spiders, I think?
Yeah.
White-knobbly spiders.
White-knobbly spiders, that's it.
I saw one theory on the internet today.
Game theory?
No.
Thank God.
Thank God. I haven't seen Game Theory in years, and I don't think I want to.
No.
I might start watching Food Theory then. Yeah, one theory of non-game Variety, also it wasn't on the website Variety, posed that this spider appearing in this episode might be foreshadowing an appearance by Luke Skywalker. Because since Luke Skywalker was going to fight it in episode 5, and Rex, who was possibly meant to show up in the season, before we've gotten our
Boba
Fett cameo.
Yeah.
They posited that since they both either did or were meant to fight the spider existing would mean that they are both going to show up and fight the spiders in a future episode. Which makes literally zero sense.
That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. I thought you were going to say Luke might be Luke Skywalker because he fought those weird spider things on Pilio in Star Wars Battlefront 2. EA.
Even though they were very different spiders.
They were very different spiders.
They were just spiders.
Big spiders.
It's
not a good game.
Let's not get into that.
That guy's name, that Imperial Commando that was on Pilio with Luke, his name is called Del Miko.
What's the problem with that?
It just sounds silly, even for Star Wars.
Oh, okay, Mr. Alexander Callus.
No E at the end. No ER, just R.
Just E.
My name's Alexander, but it's spelled E.
My name is Throat Wobbler Mangrove, but it's spelled Raymond Luxury Yetched.
Mm-hmm. Some people have said that the Spider Boys are Kinrath from like the Old Republic games, but I don't think they look like Kinrath.
No, they look exactly like
the guys from Athlon.
Not Kairan. Krykna.
Krykna.
Kairan is a thing that actually looks a lot like Bor Gullet in The Witcher 2.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're big spiders and they start chasing everyone.
And
there's a pretty funny scene when, because of course the frog lady is still naked in the hot tub, and they did not want to make Mandalorian X-rated now. So there's a quick cutaway when she launches her frog tongue at her clothes, and then in the next shot is immediately clothed.
Yeah.
Which was pretty funny.
Yes, like, she just got changed that quickly. She was wearing multiple layers as well.
Yeah, they just kind of hung a lantern on it by just having her slightly adjusted when she was running away.
Yeah. But Mando picked up the eggs, like, he was protecting the eggs.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember him picking up Baby Yoda, but he must have.
He picked up Baby Yoda first, and then he closed the eggs, and then he put the eggs around on his shoulder. Yeah. And then they were just running away from the spiders as fast as they could.
Yeah, not much of note happened there. It was just very cool action.
With
like pretty much no quips. There was no go go go. There was no they're gonna catch us.
They spider now. They shoot webs now.
They do actually.
They do shoot webs.
I was a little worried they would have like acid blood as well, because the eggs looked a lot like facehugger eggs.
Yeah, thank God they didn't. But
yeah, that would make everything.
They were really creepy though.
I mean, they are spiders, but worse.
Yeah, and but Mando was pretty much vaporizing the tiny ones, and then the slightly bigger ones were getting proper shot. And then there's that fucking huge one the size of a massive building. I think it's bigger than an elephant. He threw some mines on the wall, and which have the same. They used a sound effect that's from the original Star Wars Battlefront 2, I believe. I think for the medical units.
You did mention
medical
units. Okay, that's a bit random.
Yeah.
And the charges actually reminded me a lot of the charges they use in, I think, Rebels. The big circular ones.
Yeah.
Not the ones they use in Clone Wars, or possibly those might be the ones I think of in Rebels. They just look like half a thermal detonator.
Oh, yeah, I know what
you're talking about. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of The Incredibles. I'm thinking of the beginning of The Incredibles, where Bon Voyage puts a big circular blinky bomb on the back of Incrediboy? Is that his name?
Maybe. That's my favourite Star Wars reference. Bon Voyage is my favourite Star Wars character.
And Bob's freaking King of the Hill is my favourite anime.
Yes. And he activated his mines, those throwy mines, and it hurt the big spider boy.
Yeah, he got pretty charred. He lost a couple of his mandibles.
Yeah. He's
no longer mandibulary, and let me try again. He's no longer... He's no longer mandibularian.
Wow. And
I'm going to leave all of this in.
Good. And the Mandalorian and Frog Lady were still sprinting. Frog Lady just went full frog sprint. On all fours, jumpy, towards the Razor Crest.
She ran exactly like James McAvoy did in Glass.
Yeah.
When he was the devil, but dissociative identity disorder, but also the devil.
They got to the Razor Crest and were just like trying to get in as quick as they could.
Yeah, Mando had to use his flamethrower to get a little bit more down.
That was pretty cool.
Which I heard someone point out that it sounds like it has like a lion roar just layered under it to make it sound more cool.
It does sound cool.
Yeah, I did listen out for it this episode, and I would say that they put something in there.
Yeah, I agree. They do that kind of thing all the time. Like TIE fighter sounds are an elephant whale. Mm-hmm. Not an elephant whale, as in like the sea creature. I mean like a whale, as in like. Yeah, I mean, how else am I meant to explain that? How else am I meant to explain that?
You could have just spelled it out.
Oh yeah, spelling exists.
Spelling is fun. Iridocyclitis.
Whoa, have you gone to the doctor for that?
No.
I'm
just gonna tough it out like I did coronavirus.
Topical.
Yeah! I'm going to have to click a little tab on Spotify that changes the freshness from evergreen to something else.
Certified fresh. Like Rotten Tomatoes.
They are indeed certified fresh.
Yeah,
I love my Rotten Tomatoes on top of pizza.
Whoa. There was a really cool bit when Mando, when he was shooting his gun outside the Razor Crest, defending the door, he got webbed. His hand got webbed to the side of the Razor Crest, and then he crushed a spider boy with his other hand.
It was a pretty big spider too.
Yeah, it was like.
It was like that Halloween decoration that's hanging above us.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Actually, it looks like its legs are scorpion tails.
Oh yeah.
That's one scary looking spider.
Yeah, that's rather strange, I will admit. Oh god, yeah, and the spiders went up the ladder and they tried to close the cockpit door and he had to use the bloody flamethrower.
Yeah, he had to use the flamethrower to stop them from getting in, and it wasn't even really working because they just kept on coming.
Yeah, and one landed on Baby Yoda's head.
I'm not sure what it would have done to it because we haven't seen them do anything other than spit web.
Yeah, but Frog Lady shot the ones that were going on Baby Yoda. She saved his life.
Lucky that she's such a good shot.
Yeah, and it's everybody helps each other in the end. So helping each other is good.
What a deep message.
Yeah, I thought, well, like you pointed out, this whole episode was a lot like the Rebels episode.
Well, we're talking about the episode of Rebels when Zeb, not Zach,
Zeb and Alexander
Kallus are stranded in an ice cave, which he pointed out was when they were escaping Geonosis.
Yeah, it was on the moon of Geonosis. Or a moon of Geonosis.
A moon of Geonosis, which I don't know why they were there at that point in time.
They were there. They went to Geonosis twice. So,
did they?
Yeah.
What was the first time?
Can't remember. Oh, no, actually, because they got the... I was going to say that when they got the quasar,
the shield generator.
No, the carrier. They might have got the shield generator, actually, from Geonosis.
It's possible.
Yeah, I can't remember. I need to rewatch Rebels.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah, that'd be good fun. And it seemed like a desperate situation on the Razor Crest, though.
Because the Spider Boys were still coming, and not only were the small ones coming. Guess what, motherfucker? You tried to blow me up? Well, guess what? I'm still alive, bitch. And I'm going to jump. I'm role-playing as the giant spider.
The giant spider.
Blown up by Bon Voyage's bombs.
Yeah. Mando was trying to lift off. And then the music was swelling. And then the spider.
The giant spider just slammed down on the Razor Crest.
Clonk!
Just glomped the...
Glomp, glomp, go, gabba, glab.
Do you remember glomping?
No, what?
Actually, that maybe wasn't that... that may have been like an anime fandom only thing. A couple of years
no
ago,
idea what.
a couple of years ago, there was a big Comic-Con craze called glomping, which was basically you run up to someone and jump on them and hug them.
That's weird. I don't like that.
It's something that anime girls do, but in real life, it's really creepy.
It sounds like assault.
It kind of actually is.
Yeah, don't do that. Okay. No person listening to this podcast can glomp somebody.
Glomping is as banned as talking about Rick and Morty is, but even more so.
Even more so.
That sounds like Jin Erso's brother.
Even more so.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe Jin Erso's mum was pregnant with even more so.
Maybe they had another child while they were still living on Coruscant, but she just...
It's the main character of 1313.
It's the main character
the original
of
main
Rogue
character
2.
of Rogue 2. Because he's 2 years old and it's set immediately after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, he is the person who fires at Scarif, and he's just so racked with guilt so that he goes and frees all the prisoners on the Death Star.
The Death Star. Yeah, which I pointed out to you, all die. All the prisoners captured on the Profundity, which was Radiss's ship in Battle of Scarif. So when Vader boarded that and took a lot of people prisoner, they would have all been on the Death Star.
I'm pretty sure that everyone on Tantive 4 who isn't the guy who got choked out and Leia is dead.
They were all on the Death Star too.
Death Star 1.
Yeah, the Death Star 1, which blew up as well, as well as the second one. There was a third one though, in Star Tours.
Oh no.
Yeah, because Star Tours was set after Return of the Jedi, like canonically. But there was one bit when they fly through a battle on a Death Star, but at that point the Death Star had already blown up, so they were like, third Death Star created by the Imperial Remnant.
Sounds legit to me.
Yeah, so
it's not like they already stripped the galaxy of all its resources to build the first one.
And then a second one.
And then a second one somehow.
Yeah.
And then there was still enough left to make Starkiller Base. Although actually they only had to build the weapon for that, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think they were building Starkiller Base. They were mining Ilum at that point. And then I think after Return of the Jedi, they then made it into Starkiller Base.
Oh yeah, I forgot that they were already mining it in
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order times.
Yeah, I don't think they were seeking out to make it into Starkiller Base. I think they were just trying to get all the Kyber crystals.
They were seeking to make it into another observatory for Senator Palpatine. Wow. At that point, probably still.
Yeah, those observatories never
went anywhere, did they?
There was one on Jakku, there was one on Pilio, and they meant nothing.
Yeah, there apparently was going to be a big bad somewhere outside of the Star Wars galaxy.
It was originally probably going to be Snoke.
It probably was meant to be Snoke, that bloody Palpatine was trying to prepare the galaxy for by taking it over.
Or try to communicate to. Mm-hmm. It was in the Aftermath books, it's not 100% obviously sure.
Yeah, it was a little vague on that. But it could still be the Chiss.
I think, well, now it's technically sort of himself.
Oh.
But I think actually you could say that Palpatine found Exegol.
Via the observatories.
Yes, like there was a Sith cult on Exegol already, and then he found it.
But when did that happen?
Like during the original trilogy.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, we don't know. They're never gonna do this ever. They're gonna ignore it.
I mean, they could always come back to it. Maybe he remembers the bloody Nile from the High Republic times. He was probably around back then.
No, because he was... No.
We don't know that, Freddy. They're going to ruin it eventually.
No.
Yoda was alive. Why
Yoda was alive. Well, he was 900 years old when he died.
He's going to be young. He's going to have abs.
Yoda abs.
He's going to be dabbing all around.
Because he's young and hip.
No, well, he's already in like his 40s at that point, and he's always, you know, how people who pretend to be younger than they actually are. He's like, "Yo, dab, how are you, my young people? How are you doing, fellow kids? Dab, jazz hands."
I imagine Yoda with
I said dab like 17 times.
Yeah, I imagine Yoda with like Bernie Sanders hair.
Oh my god, that's kind of what he has in the prequels, isn't it?
Yeah, true. Yodi Sanders.
Yeah.
Where were we? Oh, dire situation.
Very dire situation.
Big spider. But then...
then we pivoted to the episode where Zeb and Agent Callus were trapped in an ice cave. And then they became friends.
They did. It was sowing the seeds of Callus leaving the Empire.
And becoming first an informant and then a full-time rebel person.
Rebel. His
Wilson.
family probably all got killed.
Did he have a family?
Presumably. That's the thing. Every time I see like a Imperial defector, I'm like, that's cool. But then I remember the Empire's pretty mean, and they would probably their family are probably not going to have a fun time.
Poor Mama Rook.
Mama Callus. Oh yeah, Mama Rook too. Yeah, that's a good point. Mama. Well, all the Ursos died.
He said it at least twice. They didn't capture him.
Yeah, he defected.
He defected.
I defected. I'm the pilot.
I'm the cargo pilot. And they didn't find this. I gave it to them. They didn't find it.
Is it bad? I really like Riz Ahmed. I think he's one of my favourite actors.
Oh, what else is he in? I'm pretty sure I've seen him in something else.
Yeah, he was in Four Lions.
I don't know what that is.
Funny film. He's also in the OA, which you also haven't seen.
I have not, no. Riz Ahmed.
Yeah, he's a rapper as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, pretty good rapper. I remember watching a rap battle, like an actual one, sort of between Riz Ahmed and like this random guy, and like Riz Ahmed was like it was like a diss thing, and he was being quite creative with his disses, and then the other guy, when it was his turn, he was just fucking racist.
Oh wow!
And it's like that's not very Cash Money, and B, that's just not very creative. So don't be fucking racist.
Yeah, be more like Zeb and Agent Callus.
Yeah, bros before
Racos?
Yes, racios coming to breakfast near you, as in pod race.
And cut. Okay, so where were we? Spider Boy just glomped the starship.
Yeah, and
those were Starship Troopers, actually.
Yeah.
Now that I come to think of it.
And it seemed like they were gonna die because it put his pincers through the windscreen.
Yeah.
And then
something just shows up.
Pew 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 pew.
It's Slave 2. It's Boba Fett's ship. He followed Mando from Tatooine. Oh no, wait! It's those two space cops.
Yeah, it's the X-wings because it makes sense.
It does make sense, as they did say that they're just going to stick around and look for him.
Yeah.
And they did. It would be weird if they just left.
Yeah.
But
because he was a fugitive.
He was a fugitive of sorts.
Yeah.
But I was low-key disappointed that it wasn't Boba Fett.
It's clear that they're going to do Boba Fett later.
Is it though?
They won't. Why would they have Boba Fett for one episode?
Why would they have Boba Fett for one episode in season 1?
As a teaser for his appearance in this season.
But then we see him looking at Mando just speeding by, and the next episode starts in very much the same place. So that's like an obvious setup for Boba Fett to do something.
Yeah,
but now
I think it's going to be a setup for the future.
Those bandits could be working for Boba Fett.
Never know.
You never know.
Maybe Boba Fett's working for Moff Gideon. Probably not.
Probably not.
I would say no.
They're wearing the same colours.
Whoa, what, like grey?
Yeah, black and grey.
Yeah. The bloody X-Wing pilots, though, they decided to help Mando.
They exterminate those spiders.
Kill them all.
Strange ease. I don't think they missed any shots.
No, that's because they're so cool.
Yeah, because it's bloody the New Republic. It's not like they're stormtroopers or anything.
Yeah.
With their shipments of faulty targeting crystals
Yes.
that everyone on the Death Star had, which is why they could never hit anything, which was canon in Legends.
In Legends, yeah. But I don't know why they need that explanation, because Tarkin, they literally say that they let them go. There's an explanation in the movie.
You know, sometimes when you try to fill every plot hole, you fill things that aren't really plot holes.
Sometimes when you fill a plot hole, you fill a drain.
Whoa.
And then it floods.
Yeah, and you make the hole even bigger because you're stupid.
Yeah. So sometimes you try to fill a plot hole and you fill a pram instead and kill a baby.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sometimes you try to fill a plot hole and you eat like 7 eggs.
Yeah, like Baby Yoda.
Like Baby Yoda.
In the pram, filled with concrete.
To be fair, it would probably be justified at this point. Baby Yoda has killed or attempted to kill a lot of things.
Yeah.
Although, other than eating eggs, he has not done much lately.
I guess.
He hasn't done any Force magic.
He did choke out Cara Dune.
Yeah, that was ages ago.
That was only in episode 7.
That was ages ago.
But not
last year in real life.
Yeah, but in their time, it was like last week.
Probably.
Yeah. What is it? We were at the X-Wing, so like
the X-Wing exterminating all the spiders.
Yeah, so they let Mando live because Mando tried to help. You know, he put Bill Burr and the other guys on a prison ship in a cell. He also tried to protect Devon because they had access to all the security recordings that showed it, and they also found out that Mando put the tracking beacon on that ugly Twi'lek, who then, you know, Trapper Wolf and all that just fucking blew him up. So they were like, yeah, well,
Dave Filoni is racking up a kill count.
Yeah, Dave Filoni's killed a lot of
do we count the spiders? Probably
not. They're not sentient.
That we know about.
Whoa. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
They are very susceptible to negative thought, which is why it's hard to Jedi mind trick them. I'm just quoting the Wikipedia now.
It was weird though that so Mando's like, how about we call it even? You know, I don't collect the bounties from the 3 people I put in the prison cell, and you help me fix my ship and get out of here. And they just say, how about we don't kill you? And then they just fuck off and leave Mando with a broken Razor Crest.
I mean, he can still cash in the bounties still, I guess.
Or maybe they just say, maybe they take the how about I don't cash in the bounty part and also just leave him there. Because it seems like the New Republic aren't portrayed as like goody boys.
It seems to me that they are working with like the moral grey area.
Yeah.
Because let's not forget that they were born out of the rebellion, which, you know, not all of them were Saw Gerrera, but they were not always the best boys.
Yeah, they weren't the best boys.
They did employ Cassian Andor.
They did.
Andor.
He's not an Andorian.
He's not one of the kids from Caravan of Courage that we know about.
The Aqualish homeworld with who Ponda Baba is an Aqualish is Ando.
Ooh, it's only 1 letter away from Bando.
What?
I'm the one.
Bando brothers.
I'm the one on the left, the Bando.
Oh.
And this is the one on the right, the Bundi. Al Bundi.
I would like to see the Bendu.
I would like to see the Bendu in live action, because when they did the Krykna in live action, they look. It's probably because it was dark, but they looked so realistic.
Yeah, I thought so.
Those CGI characters CGI beings looked leagues better than even my favorite of all, Bor Gullet.
Yeah, Bor Gullet looked like shit. And although it's weird, like the Krykna, they look really good. And Mando's up there with one of the best looking Star Wars things. I think
it kind of fluctuates.
I think overall Rogue One is still in my opinion, the best looking Star Wars film.
But that might be mostly because of the direction, I would say.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the CGI in Rogue One is the best there has been.
Other than Bor Gullet.
Other than Bor Gullet.
And Tarkin.
And, well, I think Tarkin was pretty good.
He's impressive, but
Yeah.
he kind of stands out. To be honest, to be fair, the first time I saw Rogue One, I wasn't sure if he was CGI.
Yeah.
I just knew he looked weird.
My dad thought it was actually Peter Cushing, but then after the film, remembered that he's dead.
He was like 70 in the 70s.
Yeah, I know. So, like, my dad was like, wow, they got Peter Cushing. And then he was like, damn, Peter Cushing's not alive anymore. So, yeah. So, it's definitely convincing to some people.
Yeah. I think my friend didn't notice anything during that scene.
I mean, why would you? I mean, I guess we knew that if Tarkin appeared, it would be CGI.
Or the guy from... I mean, the guy from Revenge of the Sith who was playing Tarkin in Rogue One. They just CGI'd over him. Imagine if they CGI'd over Mon Mothma in Revenge of the... I mean, that was a deleted scene.
That was one of the best recasting, I guess you could say.
Imagine if they put a CGI Luke and Leia into
in Rise of
Skywalker. As if.
Imagine if, like, you know how people complained about how bad the Leia CGI looked in Rogue One? Imagine if they just made it worse.
Imagine if they just made her float through space covered in ice crystals.
Imagine.
That was very unfortunate.
Oof.
To do a death fake out like months before.
Months after.
Months after, yeah. Yeah. Carrie Fisher passed away before that film came out.
Yeah, I thought that was actually really not good.
Also, side note, Admiral Akbar doesn't actually die off screen. He dies in the background of that scene.
Yeah, you see Admiral Akbar standing there, but...
Which is kind of worse.
Yeah, but the thing is that as you know I'm going to mention, the Lego Holiday Special, Admiral Akbar's still alive. He gave Lando a cape for Life Day.
We don't really know when that's set.
I mean, presumably Rise of Skywalker, because Lando's there.
And
Lando was on Pisana the whole time because his daughter or child got stolen, and he was on Pisana for the past... It doesn't make much sense.
2 weeks?
No, he was on Pisana since he went there with Luke.
When did he go there with Luke?
When they were looking for...
Looking?
When they were looking for the holocron.
Wayfinder?
The Wayfinder, yeah.
We can't call it a Wayfinder. We can't call it a holocron.
Yeah, that would just make too much sense.
Yeah, that would just be too nerdy, and we're not nerds, are we?
No. So that's why... Lando was on Pisana for that many years. Years. Because after his daughter or child got stolen from him by the First Order.
Let's not think about that film too much. You're just going to have bad dreams afterwards.
Indeed. But speaking of bad dreams, Frog Lady was going to have some bad dreams at the very end of... this episode. Yeah,
because they have to limp to the final destination, the film, because the Razor Crest is absolutely messed up.
It's pretty fucked.
Yeah, they are going to get there, but it's a miracle that the ship is even space worthy.
The back door is open.
Yeah, they had to snuggle up in the cockpit.
The side was ripped open. And then Mando says, wake us up if anyone shoots at us, or the door swings open and decompresses. And it's like, only kidding, because we'd be dead. Sweet dreams. I know Frog Lady probably... Does Frog Lady understand?
I think she does.
Yeah, because it's weird, how Star Wars works.
Yeah, and it's also weird that Tatooine Lady was talking to her in Frog. I guess out of...
It actually says, in the subtitles, as I said, speaks Frog, so...
Yeah, I guess she didn't have to. Kind of like bloody Chewbacca understands human, even though he can't speak it. Although in Chewbacca's... in the Wookiee sense, it's because their physiology makes it impossible for them to speak basic.
Yeah?
But in the Throne trilogy, there is a Wookiee with a speech impediment that allows him to speak Basic.
That is so fucking stupid.
People love those books, man.
Yeah, but people forget
With
that
their
those...
hot chocolate and...
Luke Skywalker and Joruus Sabayoth. Fucking hell. Like, I know Timothy Zahn set up Legends, like the expanded universe, but I mean, having clones, like, being identifiable by mispronouncing their names, what the fuck was he thinking? That's so stupid.
Yeah, only very slightly.
Oh, Jango Fett. That's what all the clones would call themselves if Timothy Zahn was in charge of it. What the Jango Fett? How do they remember their names if they're clones?
Genetic memory, like birds.
So dumb, but they get it slightly wrong.
The Force told them.
Yeah.
They have a slight echo in their brain.
Yeah, Echo. Rest in peace.
He's not dead.
Yeah, he came back.
Yeah, he has a robot hand. He has a computer connection hand.
They're called cyber spikes or something.
He has a cyber spike hand. Does he kill a guy with it? I'm pretty sure he does.
So.
I'm pretty sure I remember him impaling someone with that hand.
Oof.
It could have been a droid. Pretty sure they only fought droids in that episode anyway.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not called a cyber spike, but it's a something spike.
It might just be a spike.
Yeah. Because cyber doesn't... I was thinking it's like cyber doesn't really sound Star Warsy.
Who knows?
Apparently not.
Well, hackers are called slicers in there, so it's maybe like something slicer.
Something like that. Yeah. Computer spike, maybe.
Probably.
Data spike. So they got all these different... Like a tablet is a data pad.
I know who Cyrus Gold is now.
Who's Cyrus Gold?
He. Do you know who Solomon Grundy is?
Yes.
The DC Comics character. His human original name is Cyrus Gold.
That's silly.
Yeah, and I remember that because there's a Cyrus Gold in the TV show Gotham. And he then turns into Solomon Grundy. After he's killed by the penguin, I think, and dunked into some chemicals.
Yeah. I can't remember what was the whole shtick about Solomon Grundy. What was...
He basically gets resurrected every Monday.
Great.
And pretty much every time that happens, he has a slightly different personality.
It should be Solomon Monday.
It's based on a nursery rhyme. Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday.
Oh.
And then he dies on Sunday.
Oh. I didn't know that. But that springs a memory of that.
That's a callback to like an hour ago.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I derailed whatever you were talking about.
No, it's fine.
I don't even remember what it was.
Neither, to be fair. I think we were like... I was going to ask what you thought of the overall episode. Because... Yeah.
I thought that it had some of the best CGI in Star Wars again. Even though one thing that looked kind of janky were how the X-Wings were like bobbing next to the Razor Crest. I'm not sure why that would happen while they were in space with like only one trajectory.
Because presumably they still had their hands on the thing.
They didn't need to, but sure.
Also to make it not look like they didn't do anything. Make it not look like they were being lazy.
They could just like slightly turn from side to side.
Yeah.
But they were literally just as if they were just models hung from a string.
It's possible.
They didn't want to wait for them to settle.
That's a good point because that's how they do. That's how they... Fucking hell. I've turned into fucking episode 1 humour now.
Yeah.
That's how they do the starships in Mandalorian.
Yeah,
it's physical models, so it probably was something on a piece of string.
Yeah, and the models of the X-Wings looked phenomenal.
They look so good. Yeah. I think do you think they're the same as like the Rogue One? Because they do a mixture of CGI and physical models for it, I think.
Tough to say. I would say that they would have updated them a little bit since Rogue One.
Yeah.
It has been, like 10 years since then?
Yeah. I think it's... they look really good, though.
Yeah. And, like, the environments, the backdrops... Yeah. Like, that whole dogfight scene looked phenomenal.
I know, yeah. I might rewatch it.
Same. and the bloody Krink?
Crink.
Krikna.
Crickna.
Krikna looked as good as spiders can.
Yeah.
I think I noticed a couple of imperfections with how Baby Yoda walked, but
Yeah, there was.
I think there was a bit when he was running, but it didn't look great at all.
There was a bit when he was going towards the spider egg, and you could clearly tell it was a puppet.
Yeah, but that's kind of appeal of it. He is meant to look a little bit like a puppet.
Yeah.
He looked cute as always.
Yeah.
Except when he was eating eggs.
Forgot to say everyone was going to sleep on the Razor Crest at the very end, and then fucking Baby Yoda looks at the frog lady, and she's protecting her eggs, and then he looks at the camera basically and takes out another egg, fucking eats it. The end. Baby Yoda is a fucking psychopath.
He's a baby. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I know, but he is like a carnivore. They mentioned that in one of the other episodes, don't they? That he's a carnivore.
Don't you remember how he caught that frog in episode 1 or 2 or 2 or 3?
4. Was it on the Sorgan?
It was both in the fishing village and at Quill's homestead.
So it'd be 2 and 4 then.
I think that they did the same bit, except he only ate it in episode 2 and then spat it out in episode 4 because the kids were laughing at him.
Oh,
E.
That makes sense. E.
Hmm.
Yeah. I feel like Baby Yoda's probably going to go on like a bit of a dark path, maybe.
It's going to be Dark Yoda.
Dark Yoda. Remember
Reverse
that? Yeah.
Yoda.
I remember when that was a big thing.
Adoy. When was Dark Yoda a big thing?
In between Revenge of the Sith and Disney buying. On the internet, there was on mini clip, like Flash games. It's like create your own Yoda.
Huh.
It seems like a really niche game, but it was a thing.
I mean, yeah, create your own Yoda. It's pretty damn specific.
But you can make a blue Yoda.
I see. I guess it's pretty much the same thing as, was it before episode 8 or 9 that everyone was so stoked for Darth Jar Jar?
Yeah, before episode 8.
Yeah, when the big bad was going to be revealed to be Jar Jar.
Yeah, Jar Jar could have been
the key to all this.
Yeah. Either way, George Lucas decided everyone fucking hates him. Let's not have Jar Jar be central to it anymore. Which I respect that George Lucas...
I mean, he did still end up being central to...
He was central to the plot, yeah.
To still Palpatine getting the emergency powers.
Yeah. It's like, what would Padme do? What would Senator Amidala do? And then Yoda, then Jar Jar's like, emergency powers, sounds good. Clone army, sounds good. Achieving everything that Padme has fought her entire life to prevent, sounds good. I think that's why he was no longer a representative by Revenge of the Sith.
That's why he ended up on the streets.
Yeah, because everyone fucking hated him.
Do you think he was, given refuge by the New... No one remembers him, right?
No, the reason he was out on the streets was because he was the one that gave emergency powers to Palpatine.
But, no one remembers that he was, friends with Leia's real mom.
No, probably no one remembers that.
He probably wasn't even friends, he was just, around.
Yeah, I know, Panaka, he became a Moff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Of that system, I guess.
Of the Naboo sector.
The captain of Padme's guard.
Yeah, from
guard.
episode 1. Not from episode 2 and 3, because that's Typho.
Yeah, the guy with the eye patch.
Yeah.
Super
the reason
is
because Panaka's actor couldn't make it into episode 2 for some reason, so they created a new character.
I don't think that... half the people didn't care and the other half didn't notice.
Yeah.
I thought
it was
one dude who's the hardcore fan of Captain Panaka.
Yeah, I think he has a cool name.
He does have a cool name.
Panaka. And then he becomes... In Legends, he goes full-on Nazi. But in canon, he goes semi, and then I think he dies. In a Leia prequel book.
Rip.
Yeah, but he realises, when he sees Leia, he's like, she looks like Padme.
I see the error of my ways now.
I don't think he I'm pretty sure he reported it to Palpatine, or was going to. So, not so much.
Why was everyone on Naboo such a Well, everyone on Naboo, just 2 people, I guess.
Such a what?
Nazi.
Who was the other?
Palpatine and Panaka.
Yeah, that's
Is there
true.
a rule that if you're from Naboo and your name starts with P, you have to be a prick?
Yeah. Whoa. I think you cracked the code.
Yeah.
Speaking of names, what was the Rogue One related subtitle you were thinking of?
Well, I was thinking that since this episode was full of creepy crawlies, then this would be the perfect time for a Bor Gullet episode.
I agree.
Big CGI creepy crawlies.
Yeah.
The octopi are not amphibians, are they?
And
aquatic creatures.
the opposite to Bor Gullet, because the creatures were, because they were good CGI and Bor Gullet wasn't.
Oh, and also they can feel negative thoughts.
Oh, that's why you brought that up earlier.
Yeah, well, kind of. The Krykna can feel your thoughts. They will know the truth. Except the unfortunate side effect is that one's body tends to be left eaten. Especially if one's body is your eggs. And the Krykna, in this case, are assimilate to Baby Yoda.
They assimilate Baby Yoda, like the Borg.
Yeah, they just bite into his head and start slowly eating his brain, like those little brain slugs in Futurama.
Ah, yeah, I was trying to think of what. Yeah. Bor Gullet, I approve. I assume Bor Gullet died.
Yeah,
Because how could he escape?
he did not escape.
He's not quick enough to escape.
Although, if he's octopusy enough,
Starring James Bond.
starring Roger Moore.
Roger Moore, yeah.
Rest in peace, Sean Connery.
Yes.
And Roger
Roger Moore's still alive.
Is he?
I think so.
Sleep in peace, Roger Moore.
Yeah. Speaking of Octopussy.
They eat a goat head in that film. I don't know. That's the only thing I remember.
Yeah. I meant the Bor Gullet thing.
Yeah, speaking of Bor Gullet, if he's enough like an octopus, octopi can squeeze into like
very small
I was gonna say
spaces.
orifices. They can squeeze into like holes that are like 1/10 of their size.
Are you suggesting
that Bor Gullet could still be alive?
That Bor Gullet escaped Jeddah by climbing into someone's butthole
And expanding, killing that person, just like Ant-Man should have done to Thanos.
Yeah.
I am not suggesting that, but I was just gonna say he could just crawl into like between 2 rocks. But yes, Bor Gullet now lives in Saw Gerrera's butthole.
Saw Gerrera also died. Maybe he chose the wrong guy.
Well, yeah, so he died anyway. Maybe Saw Gerrera died, but his armor is still intact, and Bor Gullet can just assimilate that armor and just have his own adventures in that armor.
Much like how Tim Posala, whatever his name was, got infected by the Force fungus in the Dr. Aphra comics.
Oh yeah, there was a Bor Gullet on that prison.
Really?
In that prison, well, there was a Bor something.
Oh.
They're all called Bor. All gullets are Bor, but not all Bors are gullets.
That's pretty deep. I'm not gonna say like Bor Gullet. I'm not saying that.
We don't know. I don't think we've seen the entirety of Bor Gullet.
Oh,
He was mostly hiding in the shadows.
I just really did not. Why? Why have that bit? No, we brought this up last time.
They just had to put in weird tentacle monsters into all Star Wars. Until Ryan Johnson saved us all. Unless there is a weird tentacle monster in The Last Jedi.
Probably on Canto Bite.
That has weird nipple monsters.
Fucking hate all of those alien designs.
Those horses were weird. Everyone on Canto Bite.
There was that big beetle lady that was like, oh! Remember her?
No.
Where she went like that. I'm not doing it again.
It's been a couple of years since I saw Last Jedi.
Yeah, you can't say last Saw Gerrera. Because that was last episode. It's been a while since I last Bor Gullet.
Yeah. So anyway, that was Bor Gullet.
Rest in peace.
I think we need to rest in peace as well.
I agree. Our time is up.
We are just a couple of dudes. who are what is that? Is that a moon?
A moon?
Since when do we have a moon?
What?
Oh, it's flashing. That must be fireworks.
Wow, green's my favourite colour!
Oh wow, it's just like Life Day colors. Oh wow.
Life Day's red.
We die now. Fuck it.
You may fire when ready.
Back to racism.